Hey, it's Lockie, and here is my review of the Capita Spring Break Powder Twin. It's a medium flexing, twin shaped, and wider than normal powder board. There are a few twin shaped powder boards out now, though I haven't ridden too many of them yet. Often on powder boards, you'll have a directional shape, longer nose than tail, as well as a setback stance. They can be longer than your normal board, or shorter and wider, but the end result is that you normally will have more surface area, so there's more board to keep you floating in deep snow. The trade-off to directional boards like that is they're going to be much harder to ride switch or land switch in powder. Boards like the Spring Break Powder Twin, Battalion Magic Carpet, and the Jones Mind Expander Twin help to get around this by keeping the twin shape, but giving the boards a wider width to give more surface area to help float in deep or softer snow. I was riding the 156cm 2021 Powder Twin, set up with medium Union Strata bindings set to angles of +9 and -6, with the stance width of 21 inches or just over 53 centimeters. My boots are medium flexing Solomon launch boa in a size 9.5. This is the first board that I've ridden that has the Surf Rocker Twin profile, which has camber under your feet, a small flat section at the contact points, and then the Surf Rock section out to the nose and tail. Variations on this profile are pretty common for most brands because it works well. The camber between your feet gives a good springy and lively feel, and the flat or rocker sections at the nose and tail stop it from feeling as aggressive as a full camber board. It feels nice to ollie and is quite stable when riding fast, even with a flat base. The board I was riding was brand new, so the edges were perfect. It held a good edge, even in really hard sections, so there were no problems with that. The main downside of wide boards is that it takes extra effort or leverage to get the board onto its edge. The 156 that I was riding has a waist width of 268mm, which is really wide, especially for size 9.5 boots. To make up for that, it has a fairly small side cut which has a radius of 6.6 meters. What that means is that although it might be a touch slower getting it onto its edge, once you get it there, it will turn quite tightly if you need it to. In powder, turns are smooth, they flow very nicely from toes to heels. On groomed runs, it was easy to adjust and get used to the wider width, and I actually didn't mind how it felt at all. I did struggle in tighter trees though. It felt noticeably slow trying to work my way through those. The float in deep snow was quite nice. Although I was definitely leaning back, it wasn't a crazy amount that tired my legs out too quickly. The float felt smooth, though if I did center my weight accidentally, the nose would want to grab in and slow me down. It has a medium flex, which is solid enough to get through chopped up snow without too much effort, and it never feels like a plank. I must be out of practice though, because I could hardly press it, even though it isn't that stiff. Most things have stayed the same for the 2022 model, though the core has changed. It still has the 5 out of 10 flex rating. The Powder Twin has the powder drive base, which I'm guessing from the fairly vague description is that it's something along the lines of a denser extruded material. It did fine on some of the really cold days when it started out slow for everybody. When it warmed up a bit, I gave it a wax with an all temperature wax. I can ride switch on groom runs fine, but I'm not good enough to ride powder switch or land switch. So needing a twin for that isn't a big deal for me. If you're someone who wants to have the option of easier switch in powder, then a board like this will do what you need. It also has the benefit of being a good option if you have big boots, so it would work as a regular do everything board if you have size 13s or something that big. If you have any questions about the Spring Break Powder Twin, leave them in the comments below. And if you're looking for any new equipment this season, search for it on snowboardrobot.com/search to see if anywhere has it on sale.